Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mouthing Off with Mike, the only wrestling podcast that knows a thing or two about Eiffel Towers, if you know what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on Mouthing Off with Mike. Feels like it's been an eternity since I have graced all of you loyal subscribers, followers, viewers with some Mouthing Off with Mike shenanigans. And I'm back. And I've got more shenanigans than ever. I've got a lot on my mind that I'm not going to get off here in this prediction video because I'm going to talk about WWE Clash in Paris. Clash in Paris, ladies and gentlemen. It is now becoming a traditional WWE Premium Live event to host some form of clash in random European city. That's this year's. We've had Clash at the Castle. We've had Clash in Paris. We've had Clash in the bedroom, I guess. We've also had a lot of clashes when it comes to some of these matches here. When it comes to WWE Clash in Paris. We're in France. François, bonsoir, miracles, bonjour, baguette, crepe, avoir. That's about the extent of the French that I know here. But I do know WWE and I do know professional wrestling, so let's talk about a 6-match PLE here in Paris, France.
Mouthing off with Mike, mouthing off with Mike, mouthing off with Mike.
Welcome in to Mouthing Off with Mike. Welcome into my WWE Clash in Paris predictions. Much like the French do, I did partake in some libations pre-recording, so if my thoughts kind of run on, or I say anything crazy, just know that boom broadcasting disclaimer that I say every time for the nightcap, that applies for this one, just not for boom broadcasting, because this is not an affiliated video with them. This is me, just Mike, mouthing off with Mike, talking 6 matches here. Let's start off with the match that I personally am absolutely loving, the kind of marquee when you look at the match, right? This match is the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. He's right here. He's looming over my shoulder. I've got about, 1 Roman Reigns, 2 Roman Reigns. Is there a 3rd Roman Reigns? There's not a 3rd Roman Reigns. There's just 2 Roman Reigns. But we got Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief. Put your ones in the air. Just don't put that one where the sun don't shine. And we have the Tribal Thief, Bronson Reed, the man who has stolen 2 pairs of Roman Reigns' Jordans. All right, so my man, now professional wrestling is the greatest sport because usually, if you're stealing shoes off of another man, you're probably going to get arrested. Maybe, one of those, a little poop poop, or a little pew pew. But professional wrestling is the only medium, I guess is the right word, where a man can steal another man's pair of shoes and it result in a professional wrestling match. Well, the Tribal Thief, Bronson Reed, will take on Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, at Clash in Paris. Clash in Paris. I'm going to say Paris the entire fucking video, so buckle up, all right, get ready, because, like I said, I haven't had an open mic. And in the words of Brandy Rhodes, congratulations to Cody and Brandy for the welcoming and the birth of their 2nd child, a daughter. So we're going to have the Rhodes daughters as the women's tag team champions in about 15 to 20 years, which is great to look forward to the future. But unrelated, it is not open mic night for you. It's open mic night for me, bitch. And I've got so much that I want to get into. Maybe one day I'll drop the absolute, it ain't even a pipe bomb. It is a fucking nuke of what I want to say. Maybe one day. Maybe if you get me to 500 or 1,000 subscribers, I will drop the MOWM nuke. Regardless of the fact, Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, 2 big meaty men Lot of beef here between the Vision faction and, of course, Roman Reigns. Included in that is LA Knight, Jey Uso, and CM Punk. We'll get there later when we talk world title picture and all the shenanigans that we'll probably see with that. I'm going to give the win to Roman Reigns. This is an absolute no-brainer. If you think Bronson Reed is going to win this match in Paris on Sunday, I've got beachfront property that I can sell you in the state of fucking Idaho. Okay? Let's take a look here. Next match. We're going to talk the WWE Tag Team Championship being defended by everybody's favorite sickos, the Wyatt Six. They have a house at Halloween Horror Nights. They're in Universal Studios Orlando and Universal Studios Hollywood in California. Both different houses. I believe one in Orlando includes the Fun House. I believe the one in California is just kind of going through Gorilla in the Wyatt Six debut with other little Easter eggs there, which is really cool. If Halloween Horror Nights wasn't astronomically priced, I would absolutely be there. I would probably be there for one of these weekends, check it out, do a whole vlog, capitalize on content, of course, because I am a content farm myself. I'm a content whore. But tag title match, impromptu made here, SmackDown, Friday, in wherever the fuck they were, Lyon, France. I'm excited for this. Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six. Bo Dallas popped up on the scene. Not Uncle Howdy on SmackDown. Not Uncle Howdy. Bo Dallas. Kind of questioning the brotherhood between Montez and Big Dogs. Loved it. If you watch that backstage interaction very closely, you'll notice Montez kind of look at Dogs, kind of up and down, kind of look at B-Fab, kind of ponder in his eyes. Like you could see the wheels were turning. You could kind of see the smoke billowing out of his ears of the thoughts that he was having. I do believe the Wyatt Six will successfully retain their tag team championships. I don't see them dropping the titles just yet, but they will drop the titles at some point. It will happen. We got Sheamus and Rusev in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match here in Paris. These two guys have been fighting the living shit out of each other for about 5-6 weeks. It's been going on 2 months now. Rusev, Sheamus, every time they see each other, it's on site. Even to the point where Sami Zayn was involved. And Sami Zayn ended up having a match with Rusev, and ended up not there was no winner, and there was chaos, and everyone was brawling. So we're getting to Donnybrook. Basically, these guys are going to take weapons, and they're going to beat the living shit out of each other. And what more could you want? A lot of people absolutely hated on this card. How could you hate on this card? Think about the names on the card. John Cena, Roman Reigns, Sheamus, Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk. Come on now. How could you hate on that card? You can hate on a lot of different things that WWE's doing right now, for sure. I've hated on a lot of shit that they've been pulling recently. But you can't hate on this card. This is a pretty solid card for a Paris Premium Live event. Nevertheless, I'm going to give the win to Rusev. Sheamus doesn't need a win. Sheamus does not need a win. Rusev needs a win drastically right now. If you want to put any stock in Rusev becoming Intercontinental Champion, becoming a World Heavyweight Champion, if that is the ceiling for Rusev right now, I think the ceiling for Rusev is just getting back over with the fans for not having a consistent career the last 4 years. If that is your plan, that one day you want to put one of these beautiful titles, obviously maybe not this one, maybe not the tag titles, maybe not the NXT North American, but a title, right? Then you need Rusev to get this win. So I'm going to give the win to Rusev. He needs the win. John Cena, Logan Paul. The John Cena retirement tour has been a poorly executed, half-assed attempt at what they did for Sting in AEW. Call it like I see it. Tony Khan, for a guy who never had Sting, had any of his discographies, and any of his matches, guy who signed with the company randomly in the, summer of 2020, whatever it was, fall of 2020, pandemic era type vibe here, paired up with Darby Allin, helped Darby Allin get to the next level, had an insane run in AEW as a 50-plus-year-old man, almost 60-year-old guy. 10 out of 10. There's no retirement tour that I have seen done better executed than Sting's with AEW, and Tony Khan deserves all the flowers in the world. This is a WWE show, and I'm a WWE Premium Live event I'm giving you my predictions for, but you have to acknowledge that. Straight up. This was a half-assed attempt at the Sting retirement tour for WWE. They tried to play some of John Cena's greatest hits. They thought, let's turn him heel. The fans would never expect that. And it just fell off. It was poorly executed. Now, don't get me wrong. The heel turn was welcomed. As a fan of John Cena's from my youth to my adulthood, I absolutely love seeing John have an edge to him. The fact that we had to involve The Rock and Travis Scott and all that bullshit, it was just stupid. We knew it was going nowhere because we knew The Rock wasn't showing up to work. We knew Travis Scott didn't give two flying fucks about WWE. He only cared about making music and smoking blunts. And listen, I'm right there with you, good brother. Puff, puff, pass that shit this way. But man, if you're going to say that you're dropping merch, Cactus Jack, yada, 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 then take it fucking seriously. Especially when your theme song is the theme song for WrestleMania. Your theme song is a theme song for Monday Night Raw. I've heard Fiend no less than 10,000 times in the last 6 months. I hope to never hear Fiend again, but every time I play Madden, I hear it, so I'm stuck with it. But terribly executed. The John Cena retirement tour is winding down. When it's all said and done, I will drop a video. Maybe I'll do a cross collaboration with Mark from Booking Like a Mark, because he is so good at rewriting storylines that WWE absolutely fucked up. Maybe me and him will sit down in the lab and we'll rebook John Cena's retirement tour, and we'll probably do it better than what they had in place. We're getting Logan Paul versus John Cena. It was bound to happen. I mean, yeah, there's other names on this list that I'd like to see before Logan Paul. Dom Mysterio, definitely at the top of that list for me. Gunther's at that list. Braun Breaker's on that list. Carmelo Hayes is on that list. If we're going to go into kind of the young and up-and-comers of the future of the company, not this part-timer, jabroni, social media megastar Logan Paul, but will John Cena put him over? I doubt it. I think John Cena picks up the win here. I'm going to give the win to John Cena. And then I think Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. Which is a man's name who I don't want to really say on this podcast, because we still really don't know if he's cleared from that lawsuit or not. I'm not going to get into that spectrum here. It's not my duty. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a expert on this. I read the lawsuit. I know he was named in it, and I know it was ugly. Clearly there's professionals and lawyers and checks and balances in place at WWE, I hope, that has decided that, hey, look, we're good. You got the green light. You know, we're clear without a shadow of a doubt that he's good to be back. So I'm assuming Cena might win this match and then Lesnar will attack him, or he'll lose this match because of a Lesnar sighting. So Lesnar will probably pop up in Paris. Cena probably wins. And if not, then Logan gets a win over John Cena, the greatest of all time, which that sucks to say. Shifting gears. Becky Lynch defends the Intercontinental Women's Championship against Nikki Bella. Look, you can look, but you can't touch. Okay? Remember that. You can look, but you can't touch. That Nikki Bella. Fellow Birds fan. Go Birds. Go Eagles. NFL season kicking off this Thursday. Eagles, Cowboys, ha ha ha. All you Cowboys fans, ha ha ha. How's it feel to know that your owner fucking hates you guys and got rid of your best defensive player? Insert the Seth Rollins. I digress. Becky Lynch, Nikki Bella, avid Eagles fan herself, so I got a root for my girl, Nikki Bella. Go Birds, go Bella, Nikki Bella, and new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Paris. Last but certainly not least here, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship will be defended. The Visionaries. Seth frickin' Rollins defend his World Heavyweight Championship against L.A. Knight. Yeah. Main event, Jey Uso, Yeet, and CM Punk. I don't have any catchphrase for CM Punk besides it's clobbering time, and I'm not doing all that, but I'll just hit you with the X across the chest here because he's straight edge, unlike me, who is certainly not straight edge. Yeah, I'd probably figure, you know who I want to win? LA Knight. You know who probably will win, and still Seth friggin' Rollins. Personally, I'd like to see LA Knight get this title. Why the fuck not? Why not? Why not put the title on LA Knight? What is the point? You could tell this story in about 30 different ways. Punk and Seth are too distracted with one another because they absolutely despise one another, so they brawl all around the area. Even Braun Breaker gets involved and takes Punk out, and maybe he inadvertently takes out Seth. Who knows? You got Jimmy Uso, who could be an anomaly here. He could come in and help his brother if he decided to. But you got Jey Uso and LA Knight, two guys that have also been beefing with Division, who may decide, look, we're just going to go after Seth. They could all go after Seth in the beginning of this match, take Seth out of the equation, and they forget about Seth. Halfway through the match, he rolls back in the ring and says, you know what? I'm going to win this match. Stomp somebody and retains 1, 2, 3. It's a fatal 4-way, which means there's no rules, there's no pinfall, or no countouts, no submissions, anything goes essentially, no DQ. So Braun Breaker will be involved. Depending upon what kind of damage Roman does to Bronson, I would expect to see Bronson Reed here too. Maybe, if not Bronson Reed, maybe a new face to Seth Rollins' faction. There's a couple of different names that people have shouted out. Ricky Saints, don't believe that's a name. Ethan Page, looking at the pairing between him and Chelsea Green and the Secret Service, I don't believe that's a name that would be involved in this Vision faction. So there could be a wild card that comes into play and helps Seth retain the World Heavyweight Championship. I would like to see LA Knight win the title. Jey Uso's gotten it. CM Punk held it for about 5 minutes before Seth cashed in. Seth is now a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion. And poor LA Knight hasn't held world title ever. He's got the U.S. title twice. That's it. So I'd like to see LA Knight win it, but I will say Seth Rollins probably retains the World Heavyweight Championship to a massive amount of shenanigans. There you have it, folks. This was unlike any of my content because, to be quite honest, I'm battling a little bit of some allergies, a sinus thing. You can probably hear it. Sound a little nasally. Not as bad as Janice from Friends. If you guys are Friends fans, you know Janice's voice. Oh my God, Chandler. Yeah, we're not doing that one here. Clash in Paris should be a fun one. I'm excited for it. I've got a lot of stuff that I gotta say, gotta get off the chest. We'll save that for a later date. Subscribe to Milding Off with Mike for all your wrestling content creation needs. Who needs a big-time content creator when you've got a guy who doesn't hit you with ads mid-video? Yeah, I got a SeatGeek link and I got a shop affiliate link, but I'm not hitting you with YouTube ads because I ain't monetized and I don't give a fuck. So, hear me out. Watch my shit. Fuck the big content creators. Have yourselves a great time. Enjoy Clash in Paris. I will be back probably for a nightcap, maybe after Clash. Depends on what time it ends Sunday. It's a Sunday. We got the holiday Monday. So I'll probably have a Clash in Paris nightcap after Clash. As well as Monday Night Raw. We will have a Monday Night Raw Afternoon Delight. There will be no nightcap Monday, but we will have an Afternoon Delight where I will be live watching Raw. Maybe I'll do live for Clash in Paris. Depends on how I feel with this whole sinus thing going on here. But you know what to do. Follow me on social media at MOWM_podcast. Subscribe. I'll see you guys here.
Now they off with Mike.